Hey guys, it's Greg and I'm back with another legendary DXP character spotlight video. This time we are looking at a hero who is a little difficult to come to terms with. He is a literal animate cliff face. Now, if you can get past that nonsense, come along and we'll take a look at Cawr. Since Cawr is a force of nature, it follows that he would just wreck stuff and be all about the attack. Well, he does that, but it's a dual-edged sword. Power of Love is your standard 2 attack for 3 recruit, and a strength synergy to bring it up to 3 attack. You know, one of the more interesting aspects I find is that when I'm playing with this card, I'm usually expecting that I have it with the intention of triggering some other card synergy. When you're playing a card deck, you're going to be hard and fast for strength, so there will be plenty of strength cards to go around to get all of your synergies going, including Power of Love. Switching things up slightly, up next is Cawr's uncommon card, Uncoordinated Attack. This is that dual-edged sword I was talking about. 4 attack for 5 recruit, but everyone gains a wound. Wounds are bad. Okay? Wounds are bad. 4 attack for 5 recruit is pretty good, though. Actually, that's the best attack you can get from a non-ultimate without having some sort of synergy. But man, those wounds are a kick in the backside. And they don't just affect you either. No, each other player gains a wound too. So, once again, you really need to weigh your own interests against those of the greater good. I don't think I really need to say it again at this point, but one does need content. Wounds are the pits. And they're the pits because they fill up your deck with dead cards. They can't be played, they prevent you from drawing something that can potentially make or break you, and in order to get rid of them, you generally have to waste an entire turn and neither recruit a hero nor fight an enemy. Generally, he says. Cawr has an exception. Rejuvenated Strength gets you 2 attack for a cost of 4 recruit, but if you KO a wound from your hand or discard pile, you get 4 attack instead. Now, that is not too shabby. It's really nice to have a way to get rid of the wounds without wasting a turn, and when you're able to do it and get a bonus out of it, it's all the sweeter. There are 2 downsides to the card, however. First, you can only KO from your hand or discard pile unless you're incredibly gifted. It's going to be challenging to keep track of whether or not you have a wound available to KO. So, if you're like me, you're probably going to be doing a good deal of clicking, pulling up the discard pile, checking, scrolling through, going back, forgetting what you just did, and repeating. That's not really that bad, but it's something I wish I didn't feel compelled to do. The game does streamline things somewhat for you by only prompting you to trigger the synergy if you have an available wound, but I do like having a good understanding of everything that's going on in my games at all times. Also, the limitation of being limited to KOing cards from your hand or discard pile can be irksome. It would be so much nicer if you could just go through your deck as well, but man, just think of all the red tape that would cause. Now, the second drawback is that this is the only non-strength card in Cawr's arsenal. With half of his cards looking for strength synergy, this one definitely sticks out like a sore thumb. This next card, I feel I say so much, it's starting to lose its meaning. Merciless Pounding gets you 5 attack for 8 recruit. Get that strength synergy going, and it's going to go up to 10 attack, which is pretty bonkers. Okay, that amazingness aside, can we talk about the card art for a second? What exactly is going on here? Where did these leprechauns come from? Are they attacking Cawr? Did they spring force because the force of his attack caused them to spontaneously generate? These are questions that need answers. It's fun artwork and really wonderfully done, and I'm just rambling instead of talking about the card. If you are buying this card, chances are you've already got a good number of strength cards in your deck, and as such, you have a pretty good chance of triggering the synergy and walloping the Mastermind. Alright, well, how many words can you use to describe the actions of a living tectonic plate? Cawr is really rather good because he has so much damage output. His biggest drawback is that he doesn't generate any recruit, so you'll really have to rely on other sources for that. Beyond that, It's always a tricky balance when you're purposely taking wounds. You might find that your hand is too flooded to get anything going without a lot of those rejuvenated strengths. His best pairing has got to be ukulele, because when those two get in a room, stuff gets broken. If we're sticking to just the base game, but, honestly, you really should consider getting the DLC if you like the game, because it adds so much really great content. But anyways, his best pairing, if we're sticking just to the base game, is probably going to be Lord Cedric, because he can really help to load up on that orange wall synergy that Cedric needs. I would give Cawr a solid A- in light of the weaknesses I noted earlier, but in spite of those, if you focus on strength, he's got the firepower to get it done. Okay guys, let me know. Do you think I'm way off base here? What do you think? Does Cawr really stand the test? Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys in a few days. Bye.